Okay then, so it's cleaning day today for the Nexus on this pond. I'm just going to run you through how I clean my Nexus 310. So, here's the Nexus. As you can see, water level's dropped because it's getting a bit blocked. It's been 1 week exactly since I last cleaned it. Usually I do it more often than that. It's just good practice to do it every couple of days, I find, if you want your water to be absolutely crystal clear. Same way in my EB100. I clean that every other day as well if I can. But so far I've left it a week, and as you can see, water's dropped below that level, where usually it's just above that. So I'll start cleaning it and show you what I do. Turn the UV light off and the pump off and let it fill up. Got my pressure washer, not in a bucket because it leaks slightly, but got my pressure washer. When you leave it a week you have to use the pressure washer, I find. You can never get the muck that settles on the bottom in it, which I find very irritating. As you can see down there, but there's muck inside bottom at cage. It settles in bottom at cage, which is quite annoying and looks terrible. And you can never clean that muck out. It's come on top as well. Right, so let's get going. What I'll do now is fill up, shut my valve, and then open that until that drops about 1.5 inches. Somewhere about there. And then what I'll do is I'll get the pressure washer, see if I can manage the camera, the torch and the pressure washer all at one go. We'll see. Put that there. And then I'll show you, if I get the pressure washer just in bottom there, the angle might be better. Look at that. And then I'll stem it here, slow muck come up. Slow muck coming out. There we go, that's that. And now I'll put the air on. So I'll turn that one on, turn that one off. The reason why I did that with pressure washer before I put the air on is because if you do it after you put the air on, all these beads all fall to the bottom, so you can't get to it. As you can see, it kicked up a lot of muck. And I'm just going to leave that like that for a couple of minutes. And see how we get on. So I'll get back to you in about 3 to 5 minutes. Now, 5 minutes later, it's very muddy now inside there. You can see it's all disgusting. I'll put it on a tripod now, so it'll be a bit easier for me. And you can see now, all I do is release this valve. Release the valve that lets the water out. That one, the one that's open. Let's get this through camera. There you go, that one there that's open. And then the water starts to drop. It's dropping. Look at it. It's all multiplying about. But as I've said over here, I normally tend to clean it every other day, which sounds like a lot, it sounds like a lot to me and all, but if you do it every other day you don't need to pressure wash it. But if you leave it till it gets mucky like that, then you really do need to pressure wash it, because you just can't get that muck out at the bottom of that cage. And that is one of the reasons why I'm thinking about upgrading it to a Nexus 320, because the Nexus 320's cage doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so shouldn't have that issue. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do a video about that. So last bit's of milk flowing down. That's it, yeah. Right, now, give us a little pressure washer. You know, still my foot size. One thing I do like to do is push this down here, get it centre, and it drops all water through the middle. Drops all water through the middle and then knocks your muck out. I like doing that. And then open the valve for a few seconds and let this muck come out. Shut it. Let that go down drain. Then close the drain, open that, open the valve to let water in. You might use a slide valve, but I don't use it. I find it good enough. I find it to be a bit of pain. And I let it fill up just below the line of the inlet. Then you don't get your muck going back down pipe. I'll show you that. There we go. It's a lot clearer this time, but it'll get mucky in a couple of minutes. See it muck coming out in it. Starts to get a bit mucky. See it muck coming out. Closed off the valve button on here. There you go. Now I'll leave that for 5 minutes and empty it and let the water back in. I'll see you in 5 minutes. Now 5 minutes later again. As you can see, it's clouded up. Not as bad as last time, but it's worth doing that second time. And all we've got to do now is let that water go down the drain. If I open this drain valve again. Watching all that water go down there. You see the K1 is off. Stop that. Looking there, going from there, cleanish. Last to put some up down. And again, this time I'll show you what it does when you press that thing down in the middle. If you press the thing down in there, if you can see it, it's actually leaking slightly. I do that for some reason, but I quite like that because it stops water back flowing, stops muck going down. So if I push that down and let water out, it sends all water down the middle and washes any muck down drain. And just let that escape. this big valve here for a few seconds. There we go. Clean, and then it's just a case of putting that K1 back on, turning it off. And there you go. This is a Nexus 310. So might be different depending on which version of it you have. And I would quite like to hear any suggestions. I have to clean this filter every other day to make it so I don't need to use the pressure washer. And if I clean it once a week, I definitely have to use the pressure washer. And there you go, and a little fish in quarantine tank. Lovely little fish. And that's it. Now it's just a case of turning that off. Popping that on. Popping the pump back on. The UV light. See, pump's taking water out of there. Drop in, it'll catch back up. So good. Now the pump's going to start filling up. Because now it works off electric coming from Nexus, so it'll only start filling up when Nexus is there. Start water flowing in. And that's how clean the water is. 7 foot deep. And you can quite easily see that sturgeon swimming right at the bottom. Bottom drain. I've also got the Aqua EB100 on, which I do clean every other day, if I can. Because cleaning the Aqua EB, you don't have to keep the water. I think that might be worth noting. Once I cleaned Nexus and let in about 1,000 litres of water, I took a cup full of salt in. So that's salt. There we go. Put that in. And 2 of these things of bicarb, carbon hardener. Get carbon hardener from anywhere, salt from anywhere. But the carbon hardener is not that expensive stuff. That's the box that I just used to put it in. That's what the carbon hardener actually is. Sodium bicarbonate. Cheaper that. That's ludicrously expensive. In fact, I think that tub is about similar to how much that whole bag is. So don't buy that, buy that. There you go. That's just what I do. I like to have a bit of salt. The salt concentration in it is very mild. It is very mild, but I just like to put a bit of salt in. And I have to keep my carbon hardness up because it doesn't have to drop. Tap water's not got enough in. I like to keep it, well, I do keep it about 5. Carbon hardness about 5, and that keeps my pH right, and my pH is, you can see that, pH of 8. Yeah, and temperature's 15.4 in case you're wondering. Well, a similar story on quarantine tank, although it's usually about 7.5, 7.7 and 16.6. There you go. And a flappy fish. I'd feed them, but I've just been messing about with this tank. I don't want to mix the 2 waters. I've got out on my hands. There you go. Any comments, questions, put them below. Thanks for watching.